All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're basically tearing up the old SEO rulebook and writing a brand new one from scratch. We're going to dive deep into what's called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, and lay out the new on-page playbook you absolutely need to know in this age of AI search. So let's start with a reality check. This quote right here, it just nails the urgency of the situation. The ground is literally shifting under our feet. If you're still using the same old SEO tactics, you're on the fast track to becoming totally invisible online. The game has changed big time. And this slide, man, it lays it all out perfectly. For the last 2 decades, our job was to be the best looking option on a list of 10 blue links, right? Well, now the goal is to be the source material that an AI uses to create one single direct answer. This isn't just a small update, it's a whole new ballgame. Okay, so let's really dig into what this new landscape looks like. Because it's not just that the results page looks a little different. The way people search and what they do with the information has completely evolved. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. For years, we thought of Google as an answer engine. You ask a question, it gives you links to find the answer. Simple. But AI search, that's an action engine. People are doing their entire buyer's journey, researching, comparing products, making a final decision, all without ever leaving the chat window. And just look at the proof right here. The average search on Google, about 4 words. The average prompt on ChatGPT, 23 words. That's not a typo. People aren't just punching in keywords anymore. They're having detailed, complex conversations, asking super specific questions. And that, of course, changes everything about how we need to create content. So the big question is, how in the world do we adapt to this? Well, the answer is, you have to completely change how you think about content. You need to stop thinking about writing pages and start thinking about creating chunks. Your content is about to be taken apart. Okay, this concept right here, this is probably the most important part of the entire new playbook. It's called chunk-level retrieval. And AI doesn't see your beautiful 2,000-word masterpiece as a single document. Nope. It sees it as a collection of dozens of little passages, or chunks. And then it cherry-picks the best, most relevant chunks to stitch together its answer. And here's what that looks like in practice. On the left, you've got a perfect snippable chunk. It's short, it's focused, it answers one specific question, and it's under a super clear heading. On the right, you've got a rambling mess that mixes a bunch of ideas together. The AI can grab that chunk on the left in a heartbeat. The one on the right, it's basically useless to it. So, you're sold on chunks. How do you actually do it? Here's your cheat sheet. First, get straight to the point. Answer the question in the very first sentence. Second, dedicate each section to one single idea. No mixing and matching. Cut out all the fluff, add summaries or key takeaways, and use lots of lists and subheadings. Make it easy to digest. But wait, writing in chunks is awesome, but it's only half the equation. Once your writing is tight, you have to make sure the technical structure of your page is basically a crystal clear roadmap for the machines. This is the key question for this whole section. How do you make your stuff so easy for an AI to read and understand that it would be crazy not to use it? Because look, if a machine can't figure out the structure and hierarchy of your content, it doesn't matter how well written it is. It might as well not even exist. And it all starts with something we should be doing anyway, but now it's absolutely non-negotiable, proper HTML headings. Your H1 is your main title. Your H2s are your main sections, your big questions. Those are your primary chunks. Then your H3s are the little subpoints inside those chunks. This creates a perfect logical outline that an AI can read and understand instantly. All right, next up, schema markup. Now, don't let the name scare you off. Just think of it like adding little secret labels to your content that only search engines can read. It's a bit of code that tells the AI, hey, this part right here, that's an FAQ, or this is a product review. It just takes all the guesswork out of it for them. And here is a super important technical tip that could save you a ton of heartache. Stick to clean, simple HTML. Why? Because a lot of these new AI crawlers don't bother rendering JavaScript. So if all your important content only shows up after some fancy JavaScript loads, guess what? The AI bot sees a blank page. You're completely invisible. Okay, last section. Your content is perfectly chunked, your text structure is clean, but there's one final crucial piece of the puzzle. The AI has to actually trust you. It has to see your content as a credible, authoritative source that's worth citing in its answer. So how do you do that? Here are 4 ways. First, include unique data or statistics that can't be found anywhere else. Second, show off your author's credentials. Who wrote this? Why should we trust them? Third, link out to other reputable sources. And finally, show real-world proof with reviews and testimonials. It's all about demonstrating what Google calls EEAT: experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust, right there on the page. And please, whatever you do, don't forget the absolute basics. You have to actually let these AI bots onto your website. Go into your robots.txt file and make sure you're not blocking important crawlers like GPTbot, Google Extended, or PerplexityBot. It's such a simple step, but you'd be surprised how many people miss it. So when you put this all together, what's the big takeaway? It's this: the goalposts have completely moved. We're not just fighting to get a click from a list of links anymore. We are now in a battle to become the foundational source material for the AI's answer. And that really leaves you with one final, very important question to ask yourself. As you look at your own website and your own content strategy, you have to be honest. Is what you're building designed to be a definitive, citable source for an AI? Or is it just another link in the old playbook, waiting to be forgotten?